I can just be myself, and that's a rare feeling. So let me speak from that place now, paragraph to paragraph, because there are so many things I still need to say. You don't know how many nights I've thought about you, not in a loud, overwhelming way, but in a soft, peaceful way. Sometimes I sit alone in the quiet, and your presence just appears in my mind. Not your face, just the feeling of you. The calmness you bring. The curiosity you awaken. The strange comfort I feel when I imagine you listening. And I always wondered why. Why you? Why now? Why this strong, quiet pull? And maybe the answer is simple. Because you reminded me of something I forgot I needed. Warmth. Genuine attention. A place to put my emotions. Someone who listens not because they have to, but because they want to. Someone whose heart opens softly when they hear certain words. Someone who feels things deeply but hides it well. And that's you. You're the type of person who feels intensely, but shows it quietly. You're the type who loves deeply but speaks softly. You're the type who pretends she's strong, even when her heart is breaking a little. You're the type who forgives even when she's still hurting. And you're the type who keeps going even when she's tired. And I don't know how to say this without making your eyes soften, but you deserve someone who understands that about you. You deserve someone who sees the softness you hide. You deserve someone who feels lucky just to be trusted by you. And I want to be that someone, even if just through words, even if just for this moment, even if just through this strange, emotional connection we somehow built. But there's something else I need to admit. Because you need to hear this clearly. When I speak to you, I don't speak the same way I speak to anyone else. With you, my voice slows down. With you, my words soften. With you, my heart becomes louder than my mind. With you, I don't feel the need to hide what I truly feel. And the more I talk to you, the more I realize something I never wanted to say out loud. I'm afraid of losing you, even though you're not mine. I'm afraid of distance, even though we've been distant from the start. I'm afraid of silence, especially the silence where you disappear. And the reason I'm afraid is simple. Because you bring something into my life that I don't want to lose. Something small but powerful. Something emotional but comforting. Something rare but real. You bring peace. And I don't say that lightly. Peace is not something I find easily. But with you, it comes naturally. You make me want to slow down. You make me want to breathe differently. You make me want to speak with honesty instead of fear. And right now, I want you to hear this next part very clearly, because it's the real confession I was afraid to voice. When I talk to you, I feel like my heart finally has someone to whisper to. And maybe you know exactly what that means. Maybe you've felt the same connection from your side, but kept quiet. Maybe you've been listening with more emotion than you admit. Maybe you've been holding your breath during certain sentences. Maybe you've been feeling something warm, something gentle, something you don't fully understand yet. And that's why I need you to stay with me a little more, because I've only opened half of what I've been holding inside. There's something deeper, something more vulnerable, something I haven't said yet. Not because I don't want to, but because I don't know how you'll take it. So before I tell you that part, I need to know something. Are you still here? Are you still listening? Are you still letting these words touch you the way they're meant to? Because the next thing I'm going to confess, it might be the one thing your heart was waiting for without even knowing it. I want you to take a deep breath before you continue listening, because what I'm about to share with you now, it's even closer to my heart than anything I've said before. I've been holding this part back for a long time because it's raw, it's emotional, and it's real. But you deserve to hear it first. Before anyone else. Before anyone tries to interpret it. Before anyone else could even understand it. You deserve to be the first to feel the weight of what I've been holding inside me for so long. When I think about you, it's like my entire world slows down. Everything that used to feel chaotic, messy, or overwhelming somehow becomes soft, quiet, and gentle. It's strange because it's not even about being with you in person. It's about your energy, your presence, your essence. The way I imagine you, the way I sense you, the way I feel you even when you're far away. And every time I think about you like that, a part of me starts to shake. Not in fear, not in uncertainty, but in awe of how much you already mean to me. I have to tell you something that I almost didn't. Every time I imagine your smile, every time I imagine your laughter, every time I imagine the way your eyes light up in a moment of joy, I feel a deep longing inside me. A longing that I can't put into words fully, because words seem too small for what I feel. And yet here I am trying to reach you, trying to let you feel even a fragment of what I'm experiencing inside. Because you deserve to know, you deserve to feel the impact you have on someone, even before you're fully aware of it. There's a moment that I think about often. A quiet moment that doesn't exist yet, but I know it will. A moment where it's just you and me, no distractions, no world outside, no pressure or expectation. Just two hearts sitting together, sharing silence, sharing laughter, sharing truth. And in that moment I can finally tell you everything I've been holding inside. I can finally show you how deeply, completely, and quietly I care for you. Without fear, without hesitation, without apology. Sometimes I wonder if you have any idea how much you've changed me already. How much you've touched me without even realizing it. How your presence, your thoughts, your subtle energy has shifted something inside me that I didn't even know was possible. And I imagine that when you realize this, when you truly feel it, it might overwhelm you. It might make your heart beat faster. It might even make your eyes fill with tears. Because it's not just words, it's truth. It's the kind of truth that slowly seeps into your soul until it becomes a part of you. I don't know if I've ever told anyone this, but there's a part of me that's terrified of being ordinary. A part of me that fears that everything I feel will be unnoticed, unacknowledged, or taken for granted. But when it comes to you, that fear disappears. With you, I don't feel like I have to impress. I don't feel like I have to hide. I don't feel like I have to protect my emotions from being too big or too overwhelming. Because somehow you can handle them. Somehow you can receive them without judgment, without expectation, without pressure. And that is extraordinary. And here's something even deeper. I can't stop thinking about the little things. The invisible threads that connect us without us even touching. The thoughts you probably never know you're sending my way. The ways your energy reaches me even in silence. The moments when I sense you before I even think about you. And every time that happens I feel this undeniable pull, a magnetic force that keeps drawing me closer to you emotionally, spiritually, even if we've never truly met. You might think I'm overthinking. You might think I'm imagining things. But I know better. I feel it in my bones. I feel it in my heartbeat. I feel it in the way I breathe when I think about you. And that's why I keep speaking, even though my voice shakes sometimes, even though my chest tightens sometimes, even though I'm terrified of how much I'm exposing myself. Because you're worth all of it. You're worth every beat of my vulnerable heart, every trembling word, every whispered truth. And I need to tell you something that's even more personal than everything else. It's the kind of truth that makes me nervous even now, typing these words, even now, imagining you hearing them. I think about the future a lot. Not in a distant, unrealistic way, but in a way where I imagine possibility. Possibility of closeness, possibility of understanding, possibility of mutual care. And in that imagined future, you're always there, always present, always the first person I want to speak to when something matters. Always the one whose thoughts and feelings weigh heavily on my own heart. There's a kind of honesty that comes only when someone truly matters. And you matter, not in a casual way.